Hey there, Parallel here, and as it is becoming customary on this channel, here's the video for the best gaming releases of the month. I did this little calendar style image so you can screenshot it and keep it for yourself if you're short on time, and as a token of appreciation you could leave a like and subscribe if you can, but if you want I'll now go a little bit in depth for each game while also mentioning which one of these I'll personally play and for what reason, and also what type of reception I expect from the critics, both professional and from regular users. Also, for a special discount on all these games, and if you want to support this channel and see it grow, you can check individual links for each game in the description down below and also as a pinned comment for the video, and you can get keys for games of your preferred platform and region of choice at a much lower price. Thank you in advance, and now let's get into the video. The first major release of the month is on March 4th, and we finally get The Last of Us Part 2 on PC. This is a title I want to eventually play since I loved the first title back then on PlayStation 3, but probably not right away since I already know everything about the story, and honestly I didn't like certain twists and decisions made by a certain character specifically, and also Monster Hunter Wilds is taking all my free time already anyways. Briefly on the game, for those of you who might not know about it and that really scares me, it is an action-adventure game with survival themes by Naughty Dog and Sony, originally released in 2020 and only now finally on PC. It's a heavily story-driven game but with very interesting game mechanics. You definitely need to play the first chapter to play this one also, since the story focuses on the character of Ellie 4 years after the events of the first game, and a new character, Abby, who was the focus of a lot of controversy in the past, to say the least. With a Metacritic score of 93 and a user score of 58, this is definitely one of those heavily politicized games. I would say my personal score will probably be around a 6 or a 7, since I already know what to expect from the story, which really disappointed me, and judging also from my experience with the first game, which got a 9 from me for its great originality in genre, the zombie genre that has already seen any type of story to be told, or so I thought before playing the first game, and also for its insanely detailed gameplay at the time that nowadays just fails to impress me. I always thought the game didn't need a sequel, and I'm sad to verify that I was right, but I have no urgency to play this game at all, so it gets a backlog stamp from me. Following on March 6th, we actually get two releases on the same day, Suikoden 1 and 2 Remastered, and also Split Fiction. Suikoden is a series of JRPG games from Konami. A first porting of the two original games that released for the first PlayStation was released for PSP, and it will be this version that will be remastered and released on March 6th for Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and the Series, and of course PC Steam. The story loosely adapts the classic Chinese novel by the same title, which would translate to Water Margin. The focus of the story will be around politics, revolution, and the 27th True Runes, mystical crystals that are deeply tied with the universe's existence. The turn-based combat system will feel very familiar to JRPG enthusiasts while still offering unique experiences. Suikoden 1 has a user score of 79, while Suikoden 2 has a metascore of 82 and a user score of 92, which is extremely promising. With this considered though, unless you're a huge die-hard fan of the series, I do not suggest paying full price for this, and instead suggest waiting for a price stop, therefore it gets a see you later stamp. Split Fiction is instead the first brand new title and release of the month, and it's an action-adventure game from Hazelight Studios and EA, the same developers of It Takes Two and A Way Out. It seems they have found a winning formula and don't want to let it go with this co-op type of adventure game. We'll see if it manages to stay fresh for a third time and if people will welcome it with the same enthusiasm. Speaking for myself, this is not a genre of my liking, so it gets a skip stamp. On March 11th instead, we're getting another PlayStation exclusive ported on PC Steam, which is Rise of the Ronin, an action RPG developed by Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo, which again allow me to glaze like crazy because these guys are absolutely on fire in 2025. The game takes place in Japan, and more specifically in the Bakumatsu period around 1863, right at the end of the Tokugawa shogunate, which is something that might pique your interest if you watch the TV show Shogun, or or also played Niho from Team Ninja Steel, which narrates a fantasy version of that same period. You'll play as a nameless warrior, a ronin, trying to make a name for himself in this vast open world experience. With a metascore of 76 and a user score of 79, this is one of those titles that really seems to put everyone in agreement. An enjoyable experience, but nothing to lose your mind over. This type of stories really pulls me in like a magnet, and although the game releases at a reduced price, I still would suggest waiting for an ulterior price drop, especially if you have some other games to play in your backlog. So for now, this gets a see you later stamp. On March 20th, we get another double release, with the first one being a Switch exclusive and a porting enhanced version of a Wii U title, Xenoblade Chronicles X, that sadly only sold around 600,000 copies back then, and I really hope it finally finds its deserved success on the Switch. And the second release of the month will be the controversial Assassin's Creed Shadows, coming for PC and next-gen consoles. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is an open-world action JRPG developed by Monolith Soft and published by Nintendo, and it's a completely original story different from the regular Xenoblade Chronicles. You play as a member of the Blade Unit, a group aiming to defend human survivors escaping an alien invasion while trying to uncover the secrets of the planet Mira. The battle system is extremely interesting and has recently also sparked memes of comparison with Pokemon Legends ZA, which is in its newest trailer showed a new combat system that seems to take a bit more than just inspiration from Xenoblade Chronicles X, with the latter looking incredibly stunning visually even as a 10-year-old game when compared to Pokemon Legends. With a metascore of 84 and a user score of 86, this seems to be truly a must-play title. I personally want to buy and play this game, but on Switch 2 later this year, so let's say for technical reasons this will get a see you later stamp from me, but otherwise it is a must play. The other release for March 20th, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I truly don't think any of you haven't heard of this game before. Open world action RPG from Ubisoft, and the 14th Assassin's Creed game and installment of the series. It seems the fatigue is not only being felt by the community but also the devs and creative team, and they have truly lost motivation for it. An incredibly uninspired game in a series that was famous for its historical accuracy and for how it would replicate cities and monuments of our world finally gets to adapt Japan after 50 other games have already done it, and in also a way better job at doing so. The story has lost its charm a long time ago now, so it's really hard to find any reason to even justify the existence of this title without even having to mention any of the controversial issues that surround it. So for these reasons, this game gets a why do you even exist stamp. On March 21st, a game that I'm aware only I and a handful of my subscribers would consider a major release, but to that I say,
ようこそ私のソウルソサエティへ
Bleach Rebirth of Souls is a 3D fighting game based on the manga and anime Bleach that will cover the original events of the manga and its battles. Developed by Tamsoft Corporation and published by Bandai, I would say the closest comparison to its battle system would be Pokken Tournament, surprisingly, another title I truly enjoyed, so I definitely can't wait to play this. The title comes out for PS4 and PS5, Xbox Series, PC Steam, but not on Xbox One or Nintendo Switch. My birthday is on the 25th, so I will receive this game as a gift from friends, so I'm staying completely honest with you guys, but otherwise I would have not paid this game full price, to be honest, especially because of the possible DLC characters that will come in future. Therefore, this would get from me a see you later stamp. A third double release for the month on the 27th with Atomfall and the first Berserker cousin. Atomfall is a first-person survival and action-focused RPG inspired by real events. It takes place in northern England 50 years after the events of the Windscale nuclear disaster. Survive while unveiling the mystery of what really happened in this title by Rebellion, the creators of Sniper Elite and Zombie Army. The game will be for PC and next gen and will also be free with Game Pass from day one, so it's something I'll definitely try, and for that it gets it's on Game Pass. Let's go stamp from me. The other title on the 27th is the first Berserker Cousin, coming out for next gen and PC. It's a title from Neopol and Nexon that also made the first Descendant, and it's an action RPG with very brutal elements. It's a game that is very similar to the Ninja Gaiden titles while also trying to have some Souls-like elements, and I suggest you try it for yourself since a free demo is currently available thanks to Steam Next Fest. In any other year, I would have probably bought this title day one, but 2025 somehow seems to be the year of the action RPGs, so sadly this one will have to wait, and I will eventually play it when the price drops, so it gets a backlog stamp from me. And finally, last release of the month on March 28, Inzo. Inzo is a life simulator game made by Inzo Studio and published by Krafton, the same publishers of Players Unknown Battleground, and is better known online as Korean The Sims. And that's truly the best way to describe it, and I definitely want to put my hands on this game and try it and share my thoughts on it, because I think this title has only two possible futures in front of themselves. It'll be so much better than The Sims and so beloved by people that it becomes an immense success and will sell like Animal Crossing on the Switch, or it will disappoint people so much that in about a week we will forget it even ever existed. So I really think word of mouth can make or break this game. I truly don't see any other way this could go. The title is coming out on next gen and PC, and I will only consider buying it after seeing a substantial amount of footage and trusted reviews. So for now, this gets a you better be good stamp. And with that said, the video is over. I'll go back to my cave and play Monster Hunter Wilds. So in the meantime, take care of yourselves, stay healthy, and bye bye.